Hi and welcome to RC Copter Love. Today I want to talk about that being in the RC hobby for me is a lifelong experience of learning and evolutions. I was starting my journey with this transmitter. It's a ready-to-fly transmitter where you only have to put in a charged battery into this helicopter. It was my first helicopter was an M2 Explorer. Bring the helicopter in the bind modus with just pressing a bind button on the flight controller, switching on the radio, and you are bound. So that was the way how I started in May 2021, and I was flying with this equipment for 2 years and I never had problems, and I think, to be honest, I'm honest with you, I would have continued to fly in this way if there would have not been the announcement from OMP Hobby that they bring out the new M4. I was seeing pictures of the swash plate, the main blade grips, and other parts in a post before Christmas. They were hanging on a Christmas tree. It was such a kind of teaser, and I was falling in love immediately. And with this, it was clear that this kind of helicopter, a kit helicopter that you have to build by yourself, you have to have another transmitter, a radio control that is programmed, and you need a flight controller, flyby system, you need a receiver. There's no way to do anything like this in ready to fly. So I decided to buy a Radio Master. That was the next step. This was a real revolution, not an evolution, because it has EdgeTX, a system which is, I think, for very talented pilots and people who are good in programming, is an easy program, but for me, I never got to grips with it. A friend of mine was doing all the programming for the small ones, like this one, and the big ones. And I, to be totally honest with you, I didn't understand at all what he was doing. And I was flying with this radio for another 2 years, forced by the wish to fly bigger. And I tell you, it was a fantastic experience, because first of all, with such a transmitter, you have the possibilities to customize the behaving of the helicopter for your wishes. I love very fast reactions. I don't like a dead band, which was so you mean I mean with this you can move the stick, and to the helicopter there's not coming anything. I don't like such things, and with this it was built in, and for a beginner it was fantastic. But after 2 years I was progressing in my flying, so I felt at once that I have much more control, until 3 weeks ago something very bad happened. This transmitter was beginning to get technical problems, so I was losing signal with 2 M2 ETHOS, and they were crashing very badly. This one I built up from new. I had to change even the frame plates. It had a good thing, because I was seeing how very simple the whole build of this helicopter is. So it was really easy. I was building it from the frame, everything. I had the servos out, everything had to be changed, all shafts, the spindle shaft. And to be honest, I did not want to try to repair this radio, because I was completely losing my trust. I think I made a big mistake. I was buying this Radio Master radio. Is one of the cheapest you can buy from Radio Master, and it seems to be that way. Cheap is not always good and reliable. So I had to ground my fleet. I was not flying this one, I was not flying this one, I was only flying the simulator, which was for sure good. And after many research, I went to this. It's an FrSky radio, the X14S, and it is also not an extremely expensive radio, but it has the most important, it has CNC machined high precision Hall gimbals, and that's the most important because this gives you the connection with your helicopter. So they have 10 bearings in every gimbal, so they are made for years, and I decided this was not cheap really. It was much more expensive, I think more than even 2 or almost 3 times as expensive as this one, but I hope this will be a good investment in the future. And the best is the system on this radio, on FrSky, is ETHOS, and it's much easier to program. It's more graphic. You have different chapters, you have radio frequencies, you have switches, you have throttle curves. Everything is in a menu which you can very easily choose over buttons. I don't have a touch screen in this radio. So I really, this time, I want to get to grips with this radio and with this software, so that I don't have to be always like a monkey, that a friend is writing him, you have to now press the yellow button, and I only know that it's yellow, but I don't know what this yellow does, and now the green and now the red. I want to understand what I'm doing. This is the next step for me, and this whole video is about that sometimes you are forced. I was forced to get to another system because this radio was breaking, it was not working, I was losing completely trust, I was crashing 2 helicopters just because of the signal loss. I saw it. I saw later, we made a test with my wife, we were on the field, the signal was gone after 30 meters, so this is not really reliable. And I have read a lot and talked with many experienced pilots which are using this system. It has another system of frequency, radio RF system, another protocol. So this system gives you a lot of telemetry, so you can all the time control how much signal goes to the helicopter. You get signal back, you can even have battery use and everything. So you are more connected, and that's for me the most important. But I wanted to talk about that the RC hobby needs your wish. If you want to progress, if you want to get a better pilot, you need to progress. You need to all the time adjust. Sometimes this is very overwhelming. Sometimes I have the feeling I don't understand anything, but I'm going through this, and every time it was worth. This was a big step already from this RTF radio to the Radio Master. This will be a big step as well, but I see already after one evening working on this, I have this a couple of days only, it's much easier, and I'm really now motivated to learn it. And that's all. Let's go fly with the small one. The big ones are waiting until spring. Okay. So it's one of the first times with my new radio transmitter, the X14S. Everything feels better, but different. And of course I was flying for 2 years now with the Radio Master TX12 Mark II, which had in the strongest settings or strongest adjustment of the spring tensions of the sticks, almost no stick tension. So I'm now trying to really get comfortable and used to this new transmitter, because when you were flying, even if you have the best transmitter in the world, when you were flying with another one for 2 years, you really got used to it. So I'm showing it by occasion this beautiful M2 Evo, which I was completely building from scrap, from new. And let's do some fast forward flying, and I try a little loop. Oh, nice feeling, but I'm still not used to the spring tension, which is great because you feel where is the mid position of the stick, very locked in. But
you have to get used to it, or you can do a little backflip. This was not good, but still getting used, and I have to take some time. 2 years is a long amount of time with almost daily flying, and this is now my 3rd day with a completely new transmitter. I set up only this model, the MT Evo, at the moment, and I'm really happy to fly it again, because in the summer I was almost only flying my M4s. Let's try another loop. We have a beautiful day. It is not warm. It's about 4 or 5 degrees, but the sun is shining. We had for a couple of days unbelievable huge amounts of snow, up to 20 centimeters in front of our house. And now the snow was melting away within 2 days. So we are very lucky, because we don't have to really fly in snow. This will come early enough for us. A few figure eights I tried, and another loop. That was very small, but I'm still getting the feel also for the positive and negative collective, because there are also some slightly different settings. So everything is new. The receiver is new, and it's working flawlessly. I'm just getting all the time information how much signal strength I'm having. Of course I'm not watching it, but oh, that was the timer. I have now another timer. Simple. It's one. It's 30 seconds, and then the last 3 seconds are over it. And it works. So this is the new beauty, and this is the old beauty, and together we will be happy in this winter. Okay, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again. If you like this video, give us a like as usual. If you like it very much, please subscribe to our channel so that we are getting more. And see you again on RC Copter. Bye.